And welcome again, everyone. Welcome to you, and thanks for coming along. This is Drew, your Tinseltown taxi. Next to this new building they're building as part of the housing bubble they're just going wild on in southern or downtown Los Angeles. And of course, here we are again at the Ace Hotel, downtown LA. It's now 5:30. And welcome. Well, I should turn that down. Yeah, so we got an MP3 player, and I'm got it loaded with classical music like Bach, Beethoven, Chopin, Mendelssohn, all the good stuff. So I'm not hostage to radio. All right, so today's discussion is brought to you by, there you go. What do you think? Take a good look. So, which country do you think this currency is from? All right. Give you a few minutes to guess, or try to guess. Don't Google it. Just guess. All right. Turn it over, and there you go. Give you this side. Okay. It's a chat. 200 chat. And it's currency from the country of Myanmar. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. That was one of my customers today. It was somebody from the small country of Myanmar, which is, for those of you who probably know, or actually don't know, actually, I bet James is the only one who probably knows, but I can bet you 99% of Americans wouldn't know where the hell that was. Small country, it's in between Thailand and Bangladesh. Bet you most people would probably not even still know where that is. But, let's see. Oh yeah, so today, I started out this morning about 6 o'clock. And I started at Union Station as usual, which is a good place to start in the morning. And my first customer was people who had this chat, and well, they wanted to go to Monterey Park, so that was a decent little trip, $29. But as soon as I unloaded the bags, because they had 2 big suitcases, they wanted to simply drop something off and then go someplace else. So I waited a bit and put the bags back in, and off we go to Hollywood. So that was starting to get interesting. So yeah, they were just dropping something off at that hotel in Monterey Park, and then they wanted to do a little sightseeing. So yeah, we took them up the highway, went up into the hills, and gave them the closest vantage point possible to the Hollywood sign, which is actually, it's a neighborhood called Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood Land. And of course, the original sign said Hollywood Land. And if you go to the gate, there's a big stone gate right as you enter this neighborhood. At the foot of the mountain, it says Hollywood Land, 1923. So yeah, so they wanted to see the Hollywood sign, and of course they wanted to see some of the stars on the Walk of Fame. All right, and then from there they just went to the airport. So ultimately, that was a $129 trip, all told, 43 miles in total. So that was a good start for the day, I tell you. yeah, and after that, I just started to head north. And got a call to the the Ritz-Carlton in Admiralty Way. So, yeah, that was just two businessmen going to the airport. Quick trip, $20. Oh, yes, and then I stopped at the hotel next to the airport. And then right off the bat, I got a trip to the hospital. That's right next to the airport. It's a 24-hour clinic. And I was a hotel worker going to the DoubleTree up in Santa Monica. So, boom, $35 trip right there. And then that was a voucher. Pretty good. And doing pretty good this morning. So, since I had $100, or $100 bill from the earlier trip, since I was in Santa Monica, I was headed over to my bank and deposited that $100. And from there, I started to head east, and boom, got another trip up in, let's see, I don't know, it's the area of Los Angeles, Westwood, UCLA, right? Yeah, there was a house up in the hills above that, and a guy, he was going into Beverly Hills. So yeah, so that was a $40 trip, which is pretty good. So 4 trips, but most of them are long, so today was pretty good. Yeah. Now, I mean, hasn't been all that hunky-dory, because 3 weeks ago, I was about $80 short on the lease. 2 weeks ago, it was $130 short on the lease, as far as what I earned is for credit cards, at least. And last week, I got over, let's see what I did pretty good last week, at least as far as credit cards go. Yeah, so my earnings as far as credit cards is $981. So I made out pretty good. Well, my lease is $600, so pardon me. Yeah, so woof, right there, I'm earning quite a bit. And yeah, so things are going good. Oh yes, and the reason I got that amount is because Sunday I had my airport day, and while I didn't do that many trips, the last one, which was the best, actually no, one in the morning went from the airport to Pasadena, so that was a $100 trip. And the last one of the night, which was at midnight, let's see, if you go downtown, they have the Westin Bonaventure Hotel. So that was my last trip from the airport, was to the Westin Bonaventure. Then immediately from there, a young guy hailed me and then took me up to West Hollywood, and from there I got a trip to a place called The Grove, which is a kind of a fancy shopping area in West LA, near Hollywood, or near Beverly Hills. And the trip there took me all the way to Irvine, and look at that, a big bus. That's right, getting close. But yeah, it was that was a long trip. But it was a lady that had just drank too much. She was totally wasted, and the security called for the trip. And when I got there, she was staggering around, and I said to the security guard, hey, look, she's too drunk. I don't want to take her. I mean, she's going to barf in my car. I can't afford that. And he said, no, don't worry. She's already barfed. So she's come pre-barfed. So then they give me the address, and it's the Marriott in Irvine, which is Orange County. So that was a 54-mile trip at midnight. And that was an hour-long trip. Good thing it was late at night too, because when you go down the 405, traffic sucks most of the time. Yeah, so combined with the tip, that earned me $180. So yeah, that's how I got such a large amount. So overall, going pretty good. Now, also, as connection with this today, it's interesting because there are two guys that are doing a tour of some of the cities. New York, they're going to Oklahoma next, they're going to go to Boston, and what they're doing is essentially recruiting people to become English teachers in Myanmar. Right? So I was offered that. So if you want the chance, here's their business card. If you can read that. There you go. Education consultant for Myanmar Telesis. Oh, okay. Doorman was yelling at something, but yeah. So he offered me a job in Myanmar teaching English. What do you think about that, huh? Interesting? I'd do it. I got nothing really tying me down here. And you know my situation as far as I'm living at the YMCA. And I'm not married. And of course I don't have kids. So really, what do you think? Think I should go to Myanmar and teach English? The offer's there. I think, yeah, I mean, look how Kurt, I don't know if Kurt, you know Kurt, right? He lived in Japan for 10 years when he found his girlfriend, and he moved to Japan to teach English. All right, so that's the option right there. Thank you for coming along. This is Drew, your Tinseltown taxi. And, well, thanks a lot, and we'll see you later, and y'all take care. Bye-bye.